Hello, everyone. We are now live with the Toaru podcast number 6. And the last one was 3 months ago, back in February. So it's nice to be back. And here we have Zaiwex and Didi returning. And as by the title, you might be wondering, where is Malcolm? Malcolm has an issue going on at the moment, so he's unable to join us, but he might join us midstream if he manages to get that resolved. So good luck to him. So for now, we've just got the three musketeers here, or the three amigos, whatever you want to call us. Okay, so I mean, I'm sure everyone's already familiar with you two, so there's no need to do any introductions. But yeah, just how do you feel to be back after all this time?
Yeah, for me, yeah, it's been a while, but nothing much, to be honest. But
You're not super hyped for the podcast. Come on, where's your energy, bro?
Energy? Okay, yeah.
Okay. Well, you Diddy, are you happy to be back?
It's been a while. Yeah.
That's great. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll move on to the exciting stuff, which is we got some news. So I wasn't planning to cover news since that's more of a morning thing on TV, but we do have some news concerning Toaru. So
yes,
we got a tweet from Straight Edge, which is the anime producer, which is run by Kazuma Miki. And Straight Edge tweeted on their official Twitter, speaking of which, there will be a small announcement at Toaru tomorrow. Sorry, this is Google translated, so it's not perfect translation.
No anime announcement to be noted as, unfortunately.
I mean, Japanese is already difficult to translate. Google won't do a perfect job.
Like the post, like Mickey, like no anime announcement. Like he knows.
Yeah, he needed to put out in brackets because he knew people would go crazy otherwise.
Because
so
every single time Mickey made a tweet, right? So like, okay, let's make an important announcement. Every time like there's no anime announcement there, the fan base go riot every single time. Yeah. So make sure you put that in.
Yeah, I mean, got to give some credit though, because he's not misleading people. He's not, I'm glad he said it's not an anime, because then if he didn't say that, then everyone would be really hyped, and then tomorrow they'd be.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah, so I'm glad he was clarifying that it's not. But I mean, still, some fans will be a bit annoyed. But I mean, better than misleading us. So yeah, like I said, he puts in brackets not an anime. Then he says, I think the readers of the original novel will be particularly pleased. Now,
yeah, will it be a GT fly or just another light novel about Index or whatever? I don't know. 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, we did get that announcement about the Shoko spinoff. It could be that, or it could be something else. What do you think, Diddy?
I think it's maybe an official announcement for the Mental Out spin-off, but like I've seen a lot of people say it's probably just the New Testament 11 event for Imaginary Fest, but I really doubt it because I've never seen Straight Edge tease anything about Imaginary Fest before, so I don't think it's that. I definitely think it has something to do with either a new side story, like as a light novel, side story,
more side stories,
or a spin-off.
Yeah, you make a good point in that I haven't seen them tweet about Imaginary Fest before, but I've seen a lot of users on Twitter thinking it might be an Imaginary Fest related announcement. But considering we've had like the magic gods being added to the game, or at least some of them, and New Testament characters, they could have tweeted out something like that, maybe, but they chose not to. So I don't know why they would make an exception with a New Testament 11 event. Although I do remember, I don't know if it was a fan-made image or a leak, because I did see. Was it a leak? Because I did see like Mitsu Ayu in Imaginary Fest.
I didn't see it. Yeah.
Did you not?
No.
Oh right. I don't know where the link to it is, but it was like a few weeks ago, if my memory serves me correct. But yeah, it probably is either the Shoujo manga or it's something else. But I see some people on Twitter being a bit disappointed that it would be the Shoujo manga. But I don't know why.
It's
We like
definitely
Shoujo
not
here,
for
don't we?
me personally. It's definitely not a Shokuho spin-off, but because previously it was stated like for Shokuho it is a manga, not light novel. Yeah.
Although what stands out to me in the tweet is he does say original novel. I don't know if that alludes to Old Testament rather than New Testament. I don't know. Like, unless
Yeah,
that's just Google Translate being Google Translate.
yeah, I think we have to consider the fact that like original novel, when translated by Google, it could mean a lot of things. I personally interpret it as like original novel, as in the main story.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Speaking of like main story, I really want like really really good magic main character, like magic main character, not
For a
just like
spin-off.
yeah, that's just
Yeah, I
for my
mean,
personal interest. Yeah.
I think we all do, but it's just the science side, is just so
Oh,
much more popular, and that's because of the anime and railgun anime. It's just
it's just a dream of mine, yeah. But unfortunately, it doesn't give us the fan service that we want. Yeah.
it's a shame, really, as well, because I mean, Komachi keeps releasing the magic side story, light novel volumes. When they release a new season of the anime, that's usually like the bonus included with the Blu-ray, isn't it? That's what happened with like Index 3. Although I think Index 3 came with Biohacker, or was that XL? I can't remember. But then you had Agnese SS with Railgun. Right? Yeah. But yeah, I think it's because Komachi knows that to do it in the novel format is better because the novel readers will be interested in the magic side stories, while the manga readers may be more interested in the science type stories. But yeah,
Well,
I get it.
because magic is very complicated. So if you want to put it in the image form, like in the manga, so yeah, is science side is more how what's the word like practical, yeah, something like that.
yeah, I see what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
For the magic
true.
side, yeah, you need some like complicated magic, circles thing. I don't know, for maybe hard for the artist. No, just yeah.
I get what you
Something
mean. Like
like,
the magic side definitely does probably benefit more from the lot of exposition that you get in the index light novel, as it starts to be more interesting as it explores like the concepts of magic rather than in the anime where it feels quite generic because it's not really fleshed out that well. But yeah, I mean, we get the index manga, and man, I've like seen panels of the latest, chapters of the index manga, like with Aqua and everything, and he looks so cool. Like, I feel like stylistically, with a good mangaka, like the magic side spin-off could be
But
really good, like art-wise.
let's just say, if you think if there's a magic main character, who do you think will be like most likely pick?
Who's
Or is it
most
a new character
likely?
or just an old character?
Uh, I mean, I guess it'd be the most popular Magic side character, but I mean, you can't really do a spin-off of Index because it'd be like a certain magical index or something. Or I mean, with like, and then there's Offness, but I mean, Offness, what can you
That
do
would
with
be like comedy
it?
manga instead of the serious spin-off. Yeah.
Yeah, with
I-
with an
Yeah, I
Offness
mean,
spin-off.
comedy is comedy like yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like with an Offness spin-off, I guess it would be. I mean, you can't really do it when she's a magic god, otherwise it'd be really boring because it'd just be her as a god all the time. Otherwise, you do it with her and Sphinx, and that could be funny for like one chapter. Then it'd be like,
The adventure of
okay.
Sphinx and the tiny god. Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, there are characters who don't get as much love who, on the magic side, that would be great to have a spin-off like Aqua, Motoharu. Fuyama, who else? Kanzaki. The list goes on.
Yeah. There's
Motoharu is the
tons
one
of lists.
Motoharu is the one I really think like he's gonna have a. I mean, he's gonna. He would be a good choice for a spin-off.
Yeah, because I feel like there's definitely parts of his backstory we haven't really had fully explored yet, like the Tsuchimikado family. We got a bit of New Testament 7 about that, but let's see that, fleshed out more. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, are we going to talk about GT for this?
Yeah.
Because
Of course,
we are getting off topic here for the past 10 minutes.
Well, we wanted to cover the news.
Yeah,
we did
yeah.
that.
Okay, good,
we're
good,
just speculating, but yeah. Okay, let's
That's
talk
what
about Genesis
we're doing today,
Testament 4. Okay, so we did have a Genesis Testament special podcast where we talked about the first 3 volumes, but that was before Genesis Testament 4 came out, and it's finally out. What are your guys general thoughts about it? Like, did you like it? What parts of it did you not like? The characters, anything like that. Just your general thoughts. Who wants to go first, Diddy? Or
I can go first. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
All right. So I liked it. There were parts that were a bit like kind of lost the steam. Like, I really liked the beginning, the mystery aspect of it. Then, I mean, it's not like the mystery was resolved too quick, but the way it was resolved, that's something I didn't really like. I may talk about it later. Like, I mean, I love the Toma and Otinus dynamic, but I really felt like Otinus knew everything and was an info dump machine. And that's something, like, I was fine with it at the beginning, but, like, near the end, I really thought, like, this is too much. But apart from that, I really liked the parts with the sisters and Roberto Katze. These were really, like, my favorite parts out of the volume. So yeah, that's my general thoughts about it. And of course, the ending, it's really promising for to follow up. So yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like with Ophinus, I feel like when they found a clue, like when they found that watch or something, or when they went into that motorhome, I think, that little truck where they had, where Melzebeth was living, or what was one of her bases or something like that. I feel like Ophinus, like, she found a clue or something, then she just, I guess that she's intelligent, but it just seems like, she just solved it, like, as soon as she sees something. And she knows exactly what that means. But
speaking of Otinus, right? Yeah, may I say?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Speaking of Otinus, like, she knows so much about science, like, more than, like, Toma.
Yeah.
Like you're lecturing, like, magic and science, then like, Toma. Yeah.
I mean, she could have learned a lot from Kagan. I mean, Gremlin was meant to be like a fusion between magic and science, and that's why they did get Kihara Kagan into Gremlin.
Like, Otinus even explained the science theory behind it. I'm like, ooh. It's amazing to see that. Yeah.
But yeah, there were definitely parts of the volume that, I mean, yeah, I feel like the mystery parts, like you said, it wasn't solved too quickly, but I feel like there was a point in the volume where it did get a bit obvious. I mean, yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of like the overall, like, that general plot. I mean, I think it could have been written a bit more cleanly, but there were definitely parts of the volume where I thought,
what do you mean?
Wow,
this looks need to be written more clearly. Like, which part?
Cleanly, like what I was mentioning about Ophinus, with like her being able to just see something and then be like, oh yeah, I know exactly what this means, and I'll describe it for like 3 essays.
Well, she's a war of God for a reason. She created Glamming, something like that. Like, she's the leader for a reason, of Glamming. She has to be smart in some way.
Yeah, I get that, but
Mm-mm.
it's being smart and then just knowing everything about something she has no knowledge about. But
Like she's big, like she's more in this volume. Like again, that I can see the pattern again. Like Ortidas like replace index like as a like advice about how to tackle these magic problems, and go along with the science part.
yeah, I still think it's a good volume of index. Like I wouldn't say this is bad volume. I know I've seen a few individuals think that it's not a great volume, but I mean it's definitely got great aspects about it. I just feel like doesn't have. I mean, I feel like the main plot, which was the Melzabeth and Helkalia situation, I don't know. I feel like it could have been better. Like I didn't really feel. I said it in my video. Like I didn't really, feel the bond between the mother and child, and that was supposed to be the
Because
the main theme.
it doesn't explore much, right? Am I right?
Yeah, yeah.
For me, it's
They-
just because there's new character. You don't have to go in too detail. If not, it will be because it will be focused on the side character instead of the main character. Yeah, that's why maybe Kamachi probably want to do that approach instead of like focusing too much on the side characters, on the daughter and the mother.
Yeah, I get that. I mean,
Mhm.
I feel like the main problem is because Milzabeth is not in the volume at all, really, apart from the end. I mean, she's mentioned a lot, but we the audience don't really know the dynamic between Helkalia and Milzabeth. But that's partially because of the situation the characters find themselves in. So we can give it a bit of a benefit of the doubt for that. But still, I would have liked to have felt more for the characters with that situation going on. But yeah, I'll stop talking now. So Zaiwex, what do you think of the volume overall?
It's actually for me it's okay, pretty good. For me, it's pretty good. Like I like for the beginning part, I like how it build up the climax because I like 30 millions disappeared. Like whoa, okay, so like it's a big scale. Like the whole Las Vegas like disappear out poof. Like okay, you want to know why is this happening? Like how it goes. Or it interests me. So it gives me like interested in this volume, but so I know it's at the start it's a very slow progress. And for the fighting part, it's pretty good for me. Like actually, especially when Steel versus Toma, I actually like that fight. Yeah, because actually like Steel this time is like instead of using magic alone, he used guns with the 5 hours on Toma, which is pretty good. Because normally you see like in the fan base like always arguing like when magician going to use gun on Toma. Okay, there you go. Yeah. For other than that, yeah, I got a list to talk about. So yeah, for the beginning part is very good. For the middle part is just to build up the the climax. For the end part as usual. For the end part is it's pretty good for me because Alistair, I like the Alistair part. Yeah.
Oh, we'll get onto that. We will
Yeah,
get onto that.
a bit later. But I just talk about my overall thoughts about it. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. But yeah, let's talk about the start of it because, as you mentioned, it was a bit of a slow start, but I feel like it had to be a slow start anyway to really settle in the atmosphere and tone the volume was going for. And usually, the first half of Komachi novels, especially index novels, are quite slow, and then it's a crazy final act.
I already got used to it.
Yeah. But yeah, this volume had an environmental change with the cold wave, we can call it that, where it's minus 30 degrees in Los Angeles, and there's this mystery of 30 million people going missing.
Right. Then like Toma is like speaking of like the coldness, like Toma is complaining about the weather, then Ordinance just complain about it. Like why are you arguing when Toma and Ordinance in the same situation in the Denmark? It's quite funny for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she did. I remember a quote. Like she said something like, "You're fine with like the not fine, but you tolerated the cold in Norway, so why are you complaining now? Or something like that. But this time he does have an additional jacket, so he should be a bit
he's very
more
fun. For me, it's very
insulated.
funny. Yeah.
Rather than in New Testament 10 where he was just wearing his normal clothes. But he was moving about a lot, so I guess that was generating a lot of heat. But yeah, so this volume I've seen this volume being compared to New Testament 16. I mean, I've done it myself because of that's another environmental change with the heat wave, which is caused by Fran's microwaves. But I feel like this volume, like that volume, felt weird to me, like tone wise. I feel like this volume set a clearer tone and a more compelling tone than the heat wave one, because one moment in the New Testament 16 and go from like, serious with like the elements, like these weird bug type things. Well, I never really got the wider there to begin with. I feel like you could remove the elements as a concept altogether and nothing much would change. So you got that threat going on, but then you go back to everyone in bikinis and stuff, and it's like comedic. And it's like, how do you balance like that comedic and the harsh conditions outside, especially when you're being hunted down by these monsters? So yeah, I really don't like New Testament 16.
Speaking of like the theme of like for the previous part, you're talking about bikinis, right? Am I right? Like the swimsuit.
Yeah.
But for this time is Las Vegas, the America, right?
Los Angeles, yeah.
Yeah, Los Angeles is all about guns. Yeah. So it's the American way, like, especially the president talking about it, like he does a very good part on his role, especially his speech, and and so on.
Yeah, we'll keep it to the beginning though for now. I really liked the prologue where it was like following this random American guy, and it did feel like out of a horror thriller kind of thing going on. Yeah, what do you think of that, Didi?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, it's exactly like the start of a horror movie. You got this random guy, and he's clueless, and like he knows there's something wrong about the place, and he comes in, and then you see that something happens to him, but you don't really know, and then it builds like a mystery, and then the protagonists come in and try to solve that mystery. It's exactly how do you say that again? Like the structure of a horror movie, I think.
For me, it's not a horror, but for me, it's a more a mystery genre, which is pretty unique because at the end of the, is it in Beauty? I forgot already. But they always describe like how Toma made his theory, how Steele made his theory, and how Kanzaki made his theory, and the others, and so on. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like each of them like have their own stuff. Yeah.
I want to talk about Style and Kanzaki because, I mean, they were in the Coronzon arc, but they had minor roles for the most part, especially Style. I mean, Kanzaki had a bit more to do. But, yeah, what do you think of Style and Kanzaki playing a larger role in this volume?
It's been a while. It's been so long, like because like New Testament, like we never even see them do much action. So it's been like I don't know how many years. So they are being relevant to the story. So I'm glad like Steele and Kanzaki being brought back and do normal stuff with Toma and the gang. Yeah.
Yeah, what about you, Didi?
I really loved their dynamic in the plane.
Me too.
Great, like seeing. Well, I mean, Potinus was there, but she didn't say anything at the start, so it was really like the OT1 gang. So that was great. And then I like Styles' role. Like, I mean, I think Kamachi said it himself in the narration, but it was really like good cop, bad cop when they were trying to get information from Talia. So yeah, that was great. Like seeing how Style. I mean, he's not a bad person, but yeah,
Because
he
there's
will
not much
dirty
evidence
his hands
like
if necessary.
yeah.
I mean, we saw that in New Testament when he
Mhm.
tortured Toma, for example. But
Yeah.
yeah, we saw that again when he shot Toma. That was pretty intense. But yeah, I really liked their involvement. And then Kanzaki, well, I mean, she went out pretty early. She literally jobbed to to send magic.
Too quick. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I liked seeing her. I hope we'll see her again later.
I'm sure we will if Komachi does plan to keep reusing old characters, but I mean, will he be able to get through all the old characters to have a comeback in one of the volumes? I don't know. But at the same time, he's still introducing more new characters, as seen in this volume, where we get we get Halkalia, Melzabeth, and the antagonist, Citrinitas, who turns out to be Darius Hulane. Spoiler alert! For those of you who haven't seen the volume, but why are you watching this if you haven't read the volume yet? Like that doesn't make any sense. But
For me, like for the Kanzaki part, right, I really like the battle between like the Sand Sniper, the moment. It's really good, because it's like in between them, like how to tackle this problem, then leave clues for the Steel and Toma and the others, like at least to give them more opportunity to counter this problem. Yeah, I really like that because like how can the Saint like lose to this magician, but it's very unique for me. Yeah.
yeah, I did like that fight
Mm-mm.
with Kanzaki and Citrinitas because we didn't really know exactly how Citrinitas was getting the power and what was going on with the logistic hornet and all that. And I feel like because we got to see Kanzaki making active decisions about her tactics, how she was planning to get around it and get to the Rosicrucian HQ, or not, RC Cultics HQ, I should say. But yeah, I feel like the fight later on in the volume wasn't as good. So I feel like the earlier fight was better in my opinion, even though Kanzaki did job and it wasn't the longest fight scene in the world, but it was
I agree. Like the earlier fight is pretty like intense. Like you can feel the pressure between like against opponent, then how to defend against it. They're like helplessly like then they, can't help. Yeah.
Also, we get Ophinus playing a large role, as already been mentioned, but I didn't mention that in my video on the volume, simply because, I mean, she does play a large role in it, because she does, like, definitely, like, one of the ones who moves the plot forward, but at the same time, I feel like that was just to help the plot progress, as I mentioned, but there wasn't, like, a huge standout moment for Ophinus, but, I mean, she can't really stand out as much because she's literally just the advice giver. That's what she's been relegated to. But it's fine. I think Toma needs a character like Ophinus in his party, in his isekai party, or RPG party, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, she did have there were some quotes which were good. Did she do the destroy all illusion thing or with Toma? I can't remember. But there's some quotes that were good, which I should have been able to remember, but I
can't. She's definitely an entertaining character. So at least, like, even if she's kind of a plot device, she's an entertaining plot device.
Plot. I see. Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna have a plot device, might as well make it entertaining. I mean, it's like she's really level-headed. Like, I feel like Toma. I feel like she's in between like Style and Toma because Style's like always skeptic of everything. But I mean, so is Ophinus is skeptic, but not on the same level as Style. Like Style just doubts everything. Like he just wants to be a dick, even if because I guess he just enjoys it. No, nah. He just Style's
mistreated.
Yeah,
like one Kazuki, like pull out of the equation, like still like can go all out like without any restriction because there's no one stopping him to fight Toma. Yeah, because like Kanzaki is very kind and still is like being realistic, like to deal with this main threat. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I want to ask about Style, because as we know, Style does not believe in Toma's theory that Hellcalia and Elizabeth are innocent.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that? Do you think that was reasonable for Style to think that, or do you think it's a bit forced?
Actually,
but then Style,
it's quite good though. I actually like this the style characteristic because his style is being realistic instead of being naive like Thomas. So it's a like he never changed from the start from the beginning. I mean from beginning to now, which plays a part acting as his character. So it's pretty good for it. Yeah.
what do you think, Diddy?
I think that if you have a theory, that means you're kind of preparing yourself to act according to whether or not it's it's verified or not. So I think it's better for the group if you have one person like Toma that believes she's innocent and one person like Style that believes she isn't, because that means at least one person will be ready to act if it turns out that she isn't innocent. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, it brings conflict into the situation as if it was just everyone in Toma's party believes she's innocent, then okay, they just have to work together to solve the problem. It makes it more interesting if there's one person in the group that betrays them or doesn't agree with what's going on or the plan. Because you see it all the time in movies like that. There's always some, a group of characters make a plan, and then there's the one person who wants to be the leader or betrays them, and that spicy drama. But yeah, I guess it is in Styles' character to think like that. I mean, Style is, I guess, because as well, he got lied to by Coronzon, who Lola, about Index. I guess he is always now more skeptical of everything he sees around him because of that.
Yeah.
But then
it can't be helped. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you would if you've been lied to by when you were only 14 by the authority you trust with your
a reminder 14 years old guy, not 30 or
I know it's the biggest prank of the century, Styles' true age, but yeah, I mean, then he sees part of Index in Hellcalia, doesn't he? And that's what starts to change his mindset about it.
Yeah. Well, I liked how Index stood for Hellcalia. I mean, I felt like even though it was a short moment, it had a lot of weight. Because Index not doing much in the volumes is kind of a meme at this point. So yeah, that part when she kind of opposed Style, that was great, I think.
Yeah,
to hold back Style. Actually, Index plays a part to hold back Style and don't go all out on Toma. If not, Toma will be out of the game pretty quick. So Index has her users. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I really like that moment now that you mentioned it, because I kind of forgot about that until you've talked about it. So thanks for that. I remember Index protects Hellcalia because I think it's something like that's what Toma would do, or Toma would, want me I mean, she makes it her own decision, obviously, but she's kind of influenced by Toma to stand up for someone who is vulnerable. And I think that's a really good character moment for Index. That's a sort of moment of character development, because while it was a short moment, it does show her she's not always the damsel in distress. I mean, there have been times before, when she's stood up on her own, like in that New Testament SS. But yeah, I feel like this moment was definitely impactful as well, because she knows I mean, she knows style. I mean, she doesn't have the memories prior from when they were friends, but she knows style from when she's been kidnapped by him in Old Testament. So she's aware of what how strong he is, and it doesn't matter. She's still doing it, and that's exactly what Toma would do, because Toma does, wouldn't care about how strong his enemy was. I mean, there was that moment in New Testament 12 where he thought Saint Germain was a magic god, and he was like, "Oh no!" Like his PTSD was coming back, and he was like, "I don't know if I can do this." But apart from that, like the classic Toma that Index sees, the Toma she views in her eyes is the one that always stands up, no matter how strong the enemy or problem is. So that is a good moment.
Yeah. So like speaking of Index, right? I like how like Index breaking Ordinance instruct Index to break a firewall, like unlock password faster than Misaka and the sisters. Because in the previous time, like Index unlock password faster than Misaka and the sisters. Then now Index can just break a firewall. Like it's a science stuff. Like whoa, okay, amazing. Imagine like Index like memorize the like how to deal with hacking, and so Index can be better than Uiharu, maybe.
Yeah, imagine if they teamed up.
Yeah.
All the banks in the world would be shitting themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if Index was used in the right situation, I mean, learn the right stuff, right? Index can be very, very dangerous and very powerful with knowledge, not strength.
Yeah, I mean, Index does get a bad rep from fans. I'm one who genuinely likes the character.
Yeah.
And I feel like she is misunderstood by a lot of fans. And I kind of, I mean, I made that video on her, but I made a lot of errors in that video, and I don't really like it that much. Maybe I'll do another rehash of that video one day. But yeah, Index is cool, and she deserves love.
Like what 100 list of things, like good things about Index. Yeah.
I mean, I get the criticisms, because of her gags, and she doesn't always play a large role. But people often forget that her and Toma's dynamic is so important to the overall series, and
because I think because of other characters stand out too much, so Index have less role or play too little part. Yeah. Like for this volume, right? Like Ortinus like shines too much, then Index like have nothing to do. Like, yeah. Then
I mean, Ortinus definitely had more to say, and she was with Toma literally all the time when Index wasn't. She was with Style. But yeah, like from Old Testament 1 and then to World War 3, that's like a complete arc in a way for both of their characters. And then in New Testament 22 Reverse, we also get more development of that relationship we've had since Old Testament 1. So, I mean, it's just not clear and obvious because she's not always at the center. She's often in the background most of the time. But people often forget it's their dynamic that really defines Toma.
Like imagine, like for me, right? Imagine if you travel back in time, Index being useful. Like Index give advice to Toma, like Ortinus, like Index like give how to tackle these magical problems, like side by side. Like okay, Toma, let's do this. Yeah.
I mean, the ironic thing about that is that every character on the magic side realizes how important the Index Librorum Prohibitorum is. I mean, why, if Index was useless, why would Fiamma want to get the controller for her?
Yeah.
She's very useful, like having that many books in her head and being able to utilize that with John's pen, like that's like one of the most useful magic side assets. Surely.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a comment on Index, or shall we move on?
It's not only on Index, but like I've noticed a trend in GT so far. For Index, it's like she's gotten a bunch of nice moments. Like for example, well, in GT4 we talked about it, but in GT2 when she saves the people with Ortinus, and for other characters, like I mean, Kamachi said it himself, I think, but he's planning on reusing old characters, and I feel like from GT1 to 4, even though there were a lot of new characters, especially in GT3, we can definitely see that like he's bringing back old characters. Like for example, in GT3 we saw a lot of cameos. There we got like Stale and Kanzaki. That was, I mean, yeah, it had been a while since they were like relevant like this, and like for example, old characters that were present during the past few arcs, like for example, Mikoto and Misaki, with the sisters being made public, they are now involved in the main plots. I think, like, I mean, more than before, they're directly involved and not just choosing to get involved to follow Toma or something. So I feel like we may probably see a lot of like, I don't know how to say it, like veteran characters. I mean, characters that were here since like a while ago, be very relevant to the main plot in the next volumes.
Yeah, I mean, one of the main criticisms you see a lot of people have of Index is the old characters do tend to get forgotten. But I mean, I've always been like neutral on the subject because while I do like the old characters returning, I feel like they do get at least one volume to really shine and have a complete character arc in that volume, like with the side characters. I mean, so yeah, I don't think it's a massive issue, but I'm really happy to see the old characters back because I mean, we do miss them and we do want more of them because since they did have that volume to shine, depending on when they appeared. But yeah, we better move on to the other aspects of the volume.
Like speaking of forgotten characters, right? Like how about Himegami? Like she's being relevant again.
I mean, she might be, but yeah, let's move on to the other aspects of the volume.
Imagine we finally have a vampire arc like some fans been waiting for so long, like a decade or so. We have seen some comments about that.
I don't know, man. I mean, we could go on that for ages and ages, like about vampires and everything. But yeah, I think we should move on to the other aspects of the volume. Just conscious about time.
Yeah.
So, speaking of characters, let's talk about the new characters in this volume. So, Hellcalia and Melzabeth, and then we can talk about Citrinitas as well. So, who wants to start with that?
Okay, I can.
Oh, go on. Yeah. I was going to take the lead because it sounds.
I can start.
Go on.
So yeah, the new characters. Hellcalia was funny because of the machine translation jokes. But was she interesting? Like apart from this, I don't think she really was, in my opinion. Melzabeth, I mean, Kamachi said it in the afterword. He tried to, I mean, build her character, make her like kind of omnipresent in the volume without actually her showing up. I mean, it succeeded, but that didn't make her like that interesting to me. I mean, she was good as I read, but in the, I mean, like, I'm sure in 10 volumes, I'll have forgotten most of her character. I think she'll probably be forgettable. I mean, time will tell, but I didn't really find her, find her to be that great. And as for Citrinitas, I thought like the reveal of who he actually was pretty great, especially because like it connected the two. I mean, the two storylines, like the Roberto side and the Los Angeles side. So that was great. His magic was terrifying, honestly. Yeah, I liked how his magic was enhanced by science. The more we go into the Index series, the more we see science and magic being used together. So that's really great. But apart from this, I mean, his design was kind of, I mean, it's like it smells a bit with BDSM.
Oh yeah. Now you mentioned it.
That was kind of weird. I mean, it's pretty cool and it fits like the kind of mysterious, weird atmosphere. But
And the horror stuff. Yeah.
I can't think of Citrinitas as like a badass antagonist because of the design. But yeah, apart from this, yeah, that's my thoughts.
It's pretty good
like-
though. Yeah.
It's like a Pulp Fiction reference of the BDSM thing.
No, don't. For those who are under 18, don't look up. Yeah, yeah. Is there
I
any?
mean,
underage
yeah,
going
don't
around
do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean,
Yeah.
I almost feel like, I mean, Helcalia, she didn't really have much of a personality in a way.
Yeah.
I feel like that was, maybe she would have had more of a personality if not for the translator pen. I mean, I get what it makes sense, like logically, because Terma can't understand English, but he's never really had to have one of those in the past. Like, and Komachi's written it just fine. I guess that could be received as a flaw for like the previous volumes where he's in a foreign country.
But how you spell it? Like head. Sorry, how you pronounce the name? Helcalia.
Helcalia.
Helcalia. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I feel sad for her. So like, for this volume, at least in the beginning part, like there's a happy moment. Like the child talk about her dreams. Like having a engaged wedding in space. Yeah. It's pretty touching in my perspective. Like suddenly, like the child like being sus on her mom, like it's pretty sad to see like after like Toma like treated in a way like suspect of her being the villain of this volume. Yeah, it's pretty sad for me. Then after that, as the story goes on, right, it gets like Toma like try to break doubts on the daughter, and it's pretty a touching moment. Like at least finally, like the daughter like gain trust again, like because of the one on the birthday moment. Yeah.
Anyway, back to what I was talking about with Helcalia. Yeah, I feel like the translator pen, I don't know, it kind of like, when she spoke, like it wasn't like proper grammar because of the pen. Because it was like, I guess the joke was, okay, it's like Google Translate. Because basically the Google Translate of the Toaru word first with the pen. But yeah, I feel like that almost like ruined what personality could come across from her. I mean, there wasn't much to begin with, but I feel like it wasn't really needed. But yeah, on the topic of the motivation with the space engage and the wedding in space, I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but it might be kind of weird to me because it's like
I'm not very sure about the culture thing, but it's pretty unique because for me it's very very unique. But to like bring dreams to her daughter,
yeah, but well, though it kind of felt weird because I don't know if she ever voiced it herself that she wanted to get married in space. And it just seemed like her parents wanted to have that dream for her. But it feels like it's kind of almost like an American.
So, yeah.
it feels like an arranged marriage kind of deal going on. But I mean, they are from India. I mentioned this in my review, but
It might not be referring to her, or maybe referring to other people. Have a marriage in space. It's pretty cool. Like imagine a couple in marriage in space is very for me beautiful. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I guess she could have like the dream. I mean, she's obviously pretty young. I mean, some girls, dream about getting married to a prince or whatever. That's very stereotypical, but,
Prince and
I mean, yeah, okay, it's possible. But I don't feel like she expressed that dream herself.
That one wasn't explored.
I feel like it was kind of chosen for her, and I'm like, what do you think about it, Diddy? Did he?
Did it?
Is he dead? Oh, he's on mute. He's on mute. He's on mute. Okay, he's had enough of us talking over each other. But yeah, we can wait for him. It's fine. Don't
what else
don't bug him too much. He's probably got some internal matter. But yeah, I don't know. I wasn't convinced by that motivation personally. I mean, I can get why it's cool, or I can get why it might be something to do cultural thing, or maybe not, or maybe it's just an instant. But it's like, yeah, I guess because in other cultures, marriage is super important. I mean, it's still seen as important in my culture somewhat, but a lot more young people aren't deciding to get married. It's not Britain's not a very religious country, and that religious aspect from marriage has almost been taken away from young people. But I guess it's more important. I feel like marriage is definitely more important in Japan and obviously India as well, which is probably why from a different cultural background it's seen as more of a desire.
May I talk about the mother? Do you think the mother is like smarter than Kira, as like proven here?
Smarter than who?
Like the Kihara, because it mentioned it was mentioned in the Kihara, like general terms of Kihara.
Oh, right. So smarter generally than all the Kiharas.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess from a technological standpoint, she is, because the logistic hornets are pretty insane considering what they can do.
Because it was mentioned like it's being smarter than Einstein, if I'm correct, yeah. So it's like it shows how important she is, because she built this thing like outside. Is it up with the help? Can we say? I'm not very sure, but yeah, she's very smart.
Definitely what I liked about one of the parts in Volume was when Toma was figuring out what Anna's motivation was with Melzebeth and Logistic Hornets, and him just reacting to it and being really annoyed because he's just seen Anna just completely mess everything up around him and just manipulate people, take advantage of people, basically just deceiving everyone. I mean, she did that in Academy City with by spreading all the magic around, and then she's doing it again with kidnapping Helcalia, or forcing her as a hostage to make Melzebeth cooperate with RNC. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of almost, because I feel like at the start Anna's motivations were very clear, but I guess it's becoming more clearer now, because if she's so powerful, why is she just doing this? Because surely she doesn't need to. But I guess it's just her personality and her persona that she just wants to spread this kind of chaos amongst the world.
Like she mentioned, because in alternate, I think Anna wasn't going all out during GT2. Yeah, as was really clear. She's why she do this? Why she isn't she purposely let herself defeat. But I actually like that part of the life to reassure the readers about it. Yeah.
It makes her really unpredictable.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's why I'm saying. Yeah.
And one of the good traits about index villains are the ones who are unpredictable, like Alistair and Coronzon. So she's even more unpredictable than Alistair, I feel.
Yeah, that because it was mentioned before, like at least like she can be more important than as smart as Alistair and Corazon, like in terms of doing the plans from behind the scenes.
I feel like it's said that she has power greater than a magic god, but whether that's it probably might be stronger than the full powered magic gods. I'm not sure, but if she is, then why?
Really established like or show in action that she can be strong as magical or even greater than our. Okay, she's shown like she's storm on Awas, but
Yeah,
how about Corazon like in full power, like destroying the entire universe, galaxy, and so on? But we won't know that. Maybe in future volumes.
yeah, but if she has that much power, like, why does she feel
Why
the
she
need
do this?
to do this on small scale, like planet Earth? Like, surely if she can like have magic god reality warping to create whatever world she wants, then she can do it. But I guess it's more of a personal satisfaction thing. Like, I guess she sees she enjoys what she does, I guess. But yeah, I still want it to be more fleshed out. But I do feel like a lot of people did write on Anna off too soon. I've always said be patient because her arc hasn't come about yet. The arc where she will stand out, and it's like Office. It's like judging Office before New Testament 9. In my opinion, or judging Coronzon as a villain before New Testament 18.
It takes time, it takes like 10, I don't know. For GT, I'm not sure, but maybe a few more volumes or even more. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like we didn't know Coronzon's motivation only until New Testament 22, and that's when she became a more like compelling villain because she wanted the destruction of all things, including herself, and that was fleshed out quite well, in my opinion, considering. And we just need a moment like that with Anna, and I feel like people will start to see her as a good villain. Kamachi wouldn't just write her just to be, oh, I'm so random, and I just
at least
things.
Kamachi like makes her more interesting. Like at least like she do it on purpose. Like okay, I destroy I and C on purpose. It's all according to plan. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I expected this.
Yeah, I mean, it's revealed at the end that the whole disappearance of the LA population was just to get the attention of Academy City and the Anglican Church for them to then deal with it and basically destroy RNC Occultics HQ. And that is going to make
people... what's her true motive? Like it make a lot of theories about it. It's very interesting.
Yeah, and her theory is that that's going to make more people skeptical about corporations now, and it definitely would. I mean, if a corporation in real life like caused a disappearance of 30 million people, like the world would be going insane. Like people hate corporations enough already in the world. Like imagine if they did something like that. It'd be like, oh my god, there'd be riots everywhere. I mean, there are already a lot of riots in the world over like such small scale incidents, but on such a big scale like that, it'd be chaos.
The thing is a big scale, not a small scale. Yeah, because like in reality, like in our real life, people are already complaining like people dying, like one or few people die. Then like for this in this volume, like 30 million is really, 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 really big. In a quality scales. Yeah.
Well, yeah, when it's the death of an individual in real life, I mean, we've seen this in recent years, but we won't talk too much about real world issues.
I just thinking that, but I'm just saying that it's pretty, in the world's perspective, in the 12 verse, right? in public is pretty big. It's not a joking matter in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not joking about it, but yeah, I mean, Joseph Stalin, who was a very evil man, did say, I mean, this was one of his wisest quotes, the death of a million is a statistic, the death of an individual. What's it? I forgot the quote. I even put it in my video as well. Let me get the quote.
Okay.
I'm butchering this. It's because it's late and I'm tired. Oh yeah, there we go. The death of one man is a tragedy. The death of millions is a statistic. So it's kind of like that because people, when you find out on news that one person dies, it's like it's got more of a personal element to it. But when you just see like a number, there's no personal element to it. If you know what I mean. So that's why that makes more sense. But yeah, shall we talk about the Roberto Katze stuff?
Wait, before we go there, is coming back or not?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we need Didi around to talk about Roberto Katze because I know he really likes him.
Okay. I guess it's two of
such a
us.
shame. Yeah, I mean we'll get his opinion if he comes back, but
okay, sure,
all right.
sure.
All right, I want to know what you thought of Katze in this volume.
So, what we talking?
Roberto Katze, the greatest president of all time, of course.
Rebecca. Oh, okay. So, Roberto, right? Yeah.
Roberto, yeah.
Yeah, Roberto.
Yeah.
I think I already talked about it. So like I like his role in this volume. So like at least he's being very because at first in the NT I don't really fond of him like because it's for me I'm not very interested in him. But in this volume at least he's plays his role in the politics skills like to show like he at least like the human rights of the sisters. So like at least to gain people's trust on like the sister is not a monster or some unfamiliar being. They are really humans. So they are doing their part to save the 30 million people. At least for Roberto's part, I really like it. So yeah, and his speech about guns and sex and yeah, yeah. And he bring a shotgun to the preference, like the conference. Like, yeah, it's pretty really funny and the Americans way. Yeah, well, I'm not really sure about the American side because I don't live there, so I don't know much. At least this part is very funny. I really like it.
No, I mean, we'll all admit Americans are a bit over the top at times, and definitely very loud.
Is it true, like in Americans' way about guns and all those?
I guess it's not all Americans, obviously, because there is an anti-gun movement in America.
Okay.
But
because
yeah, I mean,
things like on in Facebook and yeah, like gunshot in school, like all those stuff. Like
yeah, I mean, without talking about real world politics too much, yeah, it's because of one of the amendments of when the US was first formed, but it's crazy because they've had that law since like the US was like first formed when they haven't changed it at all.
okay.
Like, it's like the UK like still having the law where if you steal an apple or something you get your entire arm chopped off. It's like if we didn't change that.
I'm Asian, so I'm not very sure. So,
well, it's crazy because it's like, oh, Diddy's back. Hey, welcome back.
Hey, finally you're back.
I'm back.
We're talking about America and guns and Roberto.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's like it's crazy in a way because they don't see the correlation. Like compare the USA to UK. Like UK has really strict gun laws. like we're only allowed like deactivated firearms. And
Before we talk about it, can you explain to Didi like what's going on at least?
we just talked about it was Anna and how she manipulated Melzabeth. Basically, about Melzabeth, and then we just moved on to Roberto Katze.
All right.
Yeah. So just,
now
we're
we're
still
talking about Roberto's role in this volume. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We in the UK we got really strict gun laws, and the firearm crimes are like really, really low. But in America, of course, it's really easy to get a gun that can actually fire, and it's crazy that the Americans don't see the correlation between that. But they believe that it's necessary in case the state like comes and gets them and betrays them. But it's like, why? It's not going to happen. Like, I mean, the closest is happening is the police getting involved in dangerous situations, which happens. But is the solution to arm everyone with guns? It just baffles me. But I mean, that's enough about real world politics.
So how about Didi's like thoughts about the Roberto?
What do you think about Roberto in this volume?
Roberto, I think his parts were like probably my favorite part about the volume. He's just so entertaining to read about, and
Same.
and like the fact that he got a fight, that's pretty insane. I mean,
Shotgun.
he's definitely not the kind of character you'd expect like to fight in the series, but he got one, and it was glorious. And I also really liked how it expanded on like on his story. I mean, his backstory, and also how it related to Melzabeth and Citronita's motivations.
Mm.
Do you feel like Roberto was a bit too crazy in this volume?
Was it too crazy? I mean,
He's
Roberto,
crazy. He's crazy.
He's kind of
He's
like
crazy from the start.
the cliche American, like, but 100 times more, if you get what I mean. Like, I mean, he has like the guns, he has the call girls, he has everything that makes him like ultra American in the most cliche way possible. But it's just entertaining. Like, it's not bad, and it's not too much. I mean, it's it feels pretty weird saying that it's not too much, because it's plenty too much, but it's not too much, if that makes any sense.
I'm confused.
Yeah. I think I get what you're trying to say. But yeah, I mean, the moment when I was like in a bit of disbelief, like, okay, he can get away with the speeches. Like, I mean, some of the speeches were a bit like, okay, one of the comments he said about the clones, like them, like him having a thing for the clones, I was like, whoa, calm down. But
for clones?
Yeah, he said something like that, I swear.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like, the fact that, I mean, even the narration said it, but his speech, it's not refined or anything, but it's just brutally honest. And
yeah.
You can't dislike him for being brutally honest. I mean, well, maybe that's just my opinion, but it feels
It's
just
like he's
so.
being selected as a president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's kind of the president.
Because he's a president, like without, he's a dropout. He never goes to a higher education role or graduate from, from big schools and so on. And he become a president from a dropout.
Yeah, actually, what Kamachi said in the narration, like the fact that he was the kind of president that you'd root for, I feel like he really portrayed that well. Like, when I think about Roberto, I definitely think about like the kind of president that I'd root for. So yeah, I really like his character, this volume definitely expanded on why he's a great character and very entertaining.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like, I mean, the moment I was in bit in disbelief was when the shotgun duel was happening, which I found like, okay, this is getting a bit crazy. I mean, like the Secret Service just watched it because they didn't know who to protect, but I feel like they would protect the president over the VP. But I guess their actions will be scrutinized regardless of what they did. But but yeah, I mean, Roberto just feels like, I mean, he's not. I really liked how he, the contrast between him and Darius, the VP. Like, he's not a career politician. He's just a successful guy who's got a lot of charisma and has basically worked hard and found himself in the highest office in the land. While Darius is a typical career politician who's, a schemer who basically promises things but is using everything for his own personal gain and an advantage. And most of the politicians you do get nowadays are Darius's. You rarely see Roberto's who are true to themselves and honest and don't care if they don't sound professional. I mean, I feel like you do got to be somewhat professional for an office of that standard, but at the same time, I feel like it's important not to lose yourself as well and be honest as possible with the people. Because no one likes a schemer, as the Joker said.
I think Roberto is being too honest. Even because he's on television, he say about sex in public. Like, oh my.
Bro, could you imagine if Trump said that? Like, imagine like the uproar.
Like, seriously, like, who says that on televisions? Like, I don't know. I never watch television these days. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he just does not care, and I guess that's what people like him. He's like brutally honest.
Imagine because in my perspective, imagine like 8 years old children like watch on television. Ma, why he's saying? Why is saying? Yeah, just my thing. Yeah.
But the good thing is that he did say that to prove a point about Darius being just fake and just being a career politician in contrast to him, and he used that outrageous statement to prove a good point. And I like that. I feel like that was written quite well, considering like it could have been, he could have just said that and be like, okay, why did you just say that? That's really random and that's really awkward. But for
me, it's very awkward, but it amazed me at the same time. Yeah. Speaking of like awkwardness, not awkwardness, like the words, like, can we talk about the sisters?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So like the sisters, like say one of the sisters say the F word. It's like the sisters like learn this from an American show. Am I right?
Yeah, because I guess it's one of the sisters who has been in an Academy C institute in America.
Yeah.
So they picked up all the the American characteristics.
Oh my god! For the sister. Okay, now we go on to the topic about sisters. We don't mind that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the sisters, right? Like deal with the fireworks. What do you think about it?
Was it just me, or because I remember they went to the Academy City to, help out, and then they were faced with the 5 over Accelerator. But I don't actually remember the fight scene. Did they actually fight it? Because there was the illustration, but I don't remember them.
They didn't show much, unfortunately.
Yeah. I found that kind of weird. I was just reading Tomo versus Citronitals and just trying to get to cover and stuff, and then I was like, what happened to the sisters?
Well, unfortunately, just off screen. Yeah.
But I really honestly the biggest positive of this volume is the world building of this volume, and I really like how the world of like Toaru is progressing in this volume. It feels like it's developing and changing a lot, and that's because of the actions of Anna, but also the fact that the sisters have been revealed publicly and that the impact that it has on Accelerator's trial and everything.
For me, I'm really glad they show like sisters being relevant to the entire world, like they exist in this earth. Yeah, it's pretty good. At least like for a long time, they won't go on the hiding forever. At least it makes the story more interesting in that way for the future volumes.
It's crazy, like it's been so long since the sisters arc, and now finally the entire world is aware of this one of the darkest secrets of Academy City. What do you think of it, Didi?
I think it was kind of unexpected. Like, I mean, when you start this volume and you read the synopsis, you don't expect it to like resolve this plot point. I mean, it has absolutely nothing
unless
to do
you go through the spoilers on some internets. Yeah, but actually, it's a big surprise for me too.
But like, I mean, I really liked the fact that, I mean, it took an effort from everyone around the world to make it happen. Like the fact that, I mean, I think Dion had something to do with it, right? Dion Fortune.
Oh yeah. She convinced Accelerator to allow the clones to be sent to LA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. Like the fact that you get the world leaders, Accelerator, Dion Fortune, and Roberto. I mean, they don't really do it consciously, but like they all work together towards. I mean, not really work together towards that goal, but like they contribute to the fact that the sisters are made to be known by the public, and also acknowledged as human beings. So I think, yeah, I feel like that was great, honestly. I also like the fact that we got characters like Misaki that was related to the clones, but like from Railgun, and then he was brought into the main series with this volume. We even got a mention of Kosaku Mitori, so that was great. I'm really looking forward to the follow-up to that plot point with the result of Accelerator's trail, and also Misa and Kuroko side of the matter. So yeah, I feel like even though it was unexpected, it was well executed, and it's great that it happened.
Same here.
One thing go on, sorry.
Dion Fortune become an Archbishop, the new replacing Laura. Yeah, right. Because like she, I like her role in this volume, even though it's very little. Like she threatened, I'm not threatened Accelerator. Like if Hamazura died, then things might go to worse and riot. I really like her role for this volume.
That's something that surprised me, considering, because it's like you never would have thought at the start of the series that Hamazura would be this important politically, but now he is, because Dion Fortune is now world leader. Now Hamazura
because like all the world all the magicians out there, like Dion Fortune is the right at the top, considering her being the Golden Cabal.
Yeah.
She's very, very important. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, definitely one of the strongest magic world leaders.
Magic side.
Because she's, got the Grimoire body still. Oh, not Grimoire. I need to learn how to pronounce it right.
Yeah.
Oh, Diddy left. Rip. Where's Diddy?
No, Didi.
Diddy died. Rest in peace
No.
with Diddy.
Technical issue. Whatever. So,
Maybe no, but we should be able to rejoin if he can. But yeah, she's got that plus pretty much all the magic from the ley lines, so she's pretty tough to kill. But yeah, that moment where she talked to Accelerator, spitting those truth bombs, that was great. But yeah, about going back to the sisters, because I want to talk about Accelerator, but we'll do that after I just say this.
yep. Okay.
Because there was a line where Makoto's phone was going crazy because people were reacting to the sisters, and it included her parents. So I'm just wondering, because will we get some scenes with Masuzu and Tabigake about the sisters? Because I don't know if this will happen, but remember from Side Story 2 where Tabigake talks to Alistair on the phone, and he's like, I've heard rumors about the clones, and if that's true, I'm basically gonna kill you.
Oh no!
Will that plot line ever happen? I mean,
Wait, because Alistair is dead, so
yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Because
to the public, so yeah. No, I think that might not happen.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah, Tabigake definitely probably saw that news about Alistair being replaced as board chairman and his death. So yeah, maybe we won't go after Alistair, but I don't know.
Because the calls all on Misaka's like phone, like friends, families. Families, am I right? I forgot. Yeah, families, friends, and other connections. All the world go crazy after sister being revealed.
Yeah, I hope we do get like more of a reaction to it from the characters we do know, especially like Makoto's parents. Like, I want to see Tabigake's reaction considering what happened in SS2.
Speaking of reaction, there's one I forgot her name or his name. I think her, because like about the reaction towards the sisters. Like bring out the shotgun and goes to the Las Vegas. You remember that part?
Which part? Sorry.
Like bring some Americans like go to Las being.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean now.
Yeah. If I'm not wrong, that person is quite important, but might be important, but it's just a small role.
Oh really? I just saw them as background characters, like the nameless characters.
I forgot the name, but yeah, you
were
know
they given names?
Hmm?
Were they given names?
I think they're already given a name in this volume.
Okay, because maybe they were in a prior sentence, but I just saw them as background characters. I don't know if they'll be important later on.
Probably important later on. I forgot the name, so I need to reread again.
Maybe, yeah, because wasn't there that one like schoolgirl in like New Testament 13 and during like the Kamisato arc? I forgot her name, but she never like got an actual illustration, but she kept appearing every now and then. You might know who I mean. I forgot her name now. But yeah, I always found that kind of weird. Like she never got like illustration or anything, but she just kept appearing. But yeah, let's talk about Accelerator. Although
finally the juicy part. Yeah.
Although I wish Diddy was here, but oh well. He's been wrecked 2 times in a row.
So about Accelerator, what do you think about it? In your perspective.
Well, yeah, I talked about it in my video, but
we can say it here again, like in different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I said since the start I liked the direction of his character, but there is coming to a stage where it's like where you personally, my personal feelings about what Accelerator is doing is like, come on, man, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Like the world needs you, and
yeah.
It's just that he's just convinced on punishing himself, but at the same time, like. It's like the worst time to do it because he just thinks, okay, Karanzon's been defeated. I'm leader of Kane City. And a Sprengel's just, well, maybe, but he knows about Anna Sprengel now. Like, I guess he can't cancel. Oh, Diddy's back. Welcome back again.
Welcome back,
my
Didi.
internet died.
Oh, ripping.
Now we are talking about Accelerator just in time.
Yeah, we're talking about Accelerator. What's going on with his character?
Yeah,
But yeah, it's like he knows what Anna's messing around. You know, because of what she did in GT3.
All right.
But I guess he doesn't realize how much of a threat Anna is at the moment. I guess, or he's just completely adamant he needs to go through the trial. But he should really.
He's about it. Yeah. Speaking of like, because I saw on my Facebook group, right? There's a meme about like the real life politics. Okay, I committed, I did this problem that he gets away with it. But for Alistair, right? Like the courts, like, okay, Accelerator said, I killed like the 10,000 these numbers of sisters. Then like then the judge like, where's the evidence? Evidence. It's very funny. I saw the meme, I laughed out loud. Like, where's the evidence? We need evidence. Then like I said like, yeah.
Yeah, I did see the meme on your.
I can show you
on Facebook.
On the DM later.
Yeah. I saw the one where.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw the one where it was like the Virgin real life politician and the Chad
Accelerator.
I saw that one. Yeah.
Okay. It's very funny. I laugh out loud. Man, first saw it. Yeah.
But yeah, Didi, what do you think about Accelerator? How he's progressing as a character and how he's bringing himself to impending doom?
I think it's really interesting. Like, I mean, Accelerator is a character that has a lot of development in both Old Testament and then New Testament, and like GT takes it even further, and I think it's great. I mean, I think he may be one of the, if not the character that has the most development in the whole series by now. And that development, it's taking him in a direction that I personally like. Even though, like, I mean, if I were, if I could like talk to someone that was like in this situation, I would be like, don't push yourself too much. Don't punish yourself like that either. Like, I mean, the clones, I don't feel like the clones really hate him for it. I mean, some clones are more in like the Kamijo faction and stuff, but I mean, there's no hate. I mean, even Worst, who was the embodiment of the hate of the clones, she became kind of his buddy. So, like, I feel like he's the only one left who hates himself for what happened during the experiment. But I quite like how it's still a thing even that far into the series. Like, that means it has weight. I don't know if I'm like very clear with what I'm saying, but it has even more layers to the sisters plot, and I like it. Also, I really liked how the trial was not ordinary by any means, because both the defense and the offense were like trying to quotation marks protect him, and he was trying to be judged guilty. So that was an original way of writing a trial, and it made a lot of sense. So I like that as well.
Very well said.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad it hasn't been resolved in just one volume. As you said, it needs to happen over the course of many volumes for it to have weight. But yeah, I do hope there is the time where Accelerator does get a wake up call, and I think it will be Terma to do it. it'd be, yeah. I mean, I don't know who else would be good enough to do it. Maybe Last Order. I'm not sure, but it, yeah, I like the direction as well, but I just hope it doesn't continue on forever and ever and ever. I hope we do get Accelerator getting his wake up call eventually, but it's not looking good for Accelerator at the moment. Because, I mean, he's been sentenced this volume. Well, he's been found guilty, I guess, of course, because he found himself guilty. but
the court say, where's the evidence? Okay, then, yeah.
It's all a cover-up. It's all covered up. It's a conspiracy. But
it must be his imagination or whatever, like his imaginations. Or maybe, something like that.
Do we think Accelerator's going to get sentenced to death, or is he just going to get a long prison sentence?
Probably long. We might not know.
I mean, like, some people were saying Japan still has a death penalty, but
yeah,
I mean, this isn't Japan. This is Academy City, which is a different state. Plus, if death penalty was a thing, I think they would have mentioned it in the past 3 volumes, but they always were saying like 10,000 years sentence or something, right?
Yeah, it was already mentioned there.
So I think it's going to be a life, not really life, but like a net or no kind of sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in theory,
yeah, I guess that makes more sense.
How they'll do it,
but we will see like once the judgment is made. Yeah. So can we talk about the villain? Like, I think did we talk about villain much?
Briefly, but not in huge amount of detail. I mean, yeah, we didn't talk about Darius. I mean, I talked about Darius Howard. You know, he's the career politician. But yeah, he was just out for his. Well, he. I feel like he was more out for his own personal gain more than anything. I mean, he justified it, saying, "Oh yeah, RNC occultics is going to improve America and all this lot." But obviously, it's just BS. Obviously, he's just doing it to improve, get the top job in the country.
For me, I like at the beginning we won't know who's the villain. Like at the beginning, like we trying to solve this mystery. I like the plot twist at the end. Like the vice president is the villain of this main whole volume. Is is very very good. Like suddenly he's a sand magician. Okay, for this villain I really like. He uses I think it is mentioned earlier, like he uses magic and science, like the magic using the sand, then the science using the what is it called, the hornet thing. Is it a hornet? Am I right?
Logistic hornet.
Yeah, the hornet. What again? Sorry, how you pronounce it?
Logistic hornet.
Logistic hornets. Yeah, like to control the temperature in order to use this magic. At the end part, I really like one part, like Toma fight against this villain, like saying, "Who, like he's a lonely magician, like he doesn't know thing about friendship." And that's the end of it. Then after that, for his defeat, I really like the part about still using the magic to okay, later we talk about it if we goes on. Yeah.
You want to talk about Citrinitas, did he? Or I think you already talked about him earlier.
I talked about it a bit, but one more thing to add. I really liked how the reveal was in 2 parts. Like there's that part where like he says, he talks about Melzebeth, and then Roberto catches that like he's probably the mole, like the RNC occultic spy kind of, or at least is in contact with them. So then, yeah, I mean, that reveal was like, oh damn, he's actually working with RNC. And then when he disappears in the sand, you're like, what the fuck? He's actually secretly that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's a total reveal. So I think that was great.
yeah. That's amazing. In my perspective as well.
Some sand clone jutsu from Naruto. It must be Gaara.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. I think we're at the stage where we need to talk about the ending. You know, Komachi in the typical Komachi style, he always likes to go out with a bang. And this volume was no exception. I mean, I've already talked about this in my video. Who wants to go and start about the epilogue and the bit after the afterword, the question mark ending thing?
May I go first this time?
Yeah.
Sure thing.
Okay, so I really like the epilogue. It's about like the light-hearted moment, like the calm before the storm. Like yeah, oh yeah, I like where they are eating in a restaurant, the Toma Kanzage and the sisters.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, because I really like that part. It's very fun. It's a very good moment. I enjoy reading it. Like the sisters like gang around Toma, like pushing. It's very yeah yeah. So for like being shown on public, like are you guys okay? Like being shown on public, like the world is watching. Like the sisters like yeah, like don't give mind about it. Yeah. So for the other part, oh yeah, I like the reveal of the new characters. Like I think that's not like Epilogue, that's the right after Kamachi afterwards.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they're like the new characters. Can I talk about it?
Sure thing. Yeah.
Okay, so like because the new character is called Erandia, the gods of all witches. Do you guys remember?
Yeah, Arcadia and Alice.
Yeah. Like the daughter of the Diana and Lucifer. I really like because it might be interesting for the future volumes. Maybe it's a villain because it's the god of all witches. Because we already know about magic gods, right? So now we are talking about the gods of all witches. We haven't mentioned about witches much in this 2-hour series, so I think it's a new thing. Am I right?
I mean, there were witches in the British royal family arc, but they were pretty much background characters.
Yeah, something like that. Then because Lucifer is a big figure, like a demon lord or something, like maybe even worse than Corazon. I'm not sure. So yeah, and also there's a new character. There's Alice of the Wonderland. Yeah, it's pretty interesting for me. Then also for the epilogue, Alistair, yeah, the brutal thing. I think Ian already talked about it in his review video, so I won't repeat here. So yeah, I have the same thoughts about him. Yeah, like it's very it's very good. Like the glory part, like okay, like Alistair like states motive. I want to destroy. Yeah, for like the to destroy her. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's
you wanted to send the message.
Yeah, correct. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, that's all.
It's not about the body, it's about sending a message.
Okay, so
anyway,
did it stun?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I agree with what you said. I'll try to add to it or talk about some of the stuff. First of all, didn't Toma appear on TV in like New Testament 10 to like the whole world? Because I mean, this time again, he was filmed with the clones in the in the burger restaurant or something. So I mean, at this point, won't he become like kind of an international icon? He's always seen with like clones or gods or stuff on
Oh
TV.
no.
So I wonder. I mean, he's
First thing
kind
is
of
with the naked girl, not a half. Is it? How naked is Ordinals? But yeah, we know about it. So then now this time with the sisters,
yeah.
it's weird.
He's kind of
Imagine showing that on TV.
that must be pretty amusing. But,
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of an urban legend in Academy City, but maybe that'll. I mean, he'll become like a legend even in the whole world. That would be amusing. Apart from this, I don't really have much to say about like the part with Anna. Her motivation is still kind of a mystery to me, or maybe I just didn't understand. And these new characters are definitely intriguing, but I don't know what to say about them, except the fact that like Alice from Alice in Wonderland, that sounds really, really weird. I mean, but I'll be on the lookout to see what Kamachi does with that. And the last thing I want to to say is that is of course about the Aleister part. I mean, that was so brutal. Usually, Aleister is doing some pretty cruel stuff, but it's from the back, you know. But this time, he's dirtying his own ends, so it feels even more like cruel. I don't know, but I mean, it feels like since he crossed the abyss and he shares a body with Corenton, even though he's called that human, he acts in ways that are more fitting of a monster, like the way he kills them and carves messages into their bodies, and uses flies to put maggots inside their bodies. That's absolutely like disgusting. But I mean, it's disgusting, but it's like just this kind of fascination. Is that even a word, or is that just French with an accent? I don't know.
No. Fascination is a word, yeah.
It's a word, all right. Well,
Yeah.
there's this kind of fascination. I think morbid curiosity exists in English, but it's like kind of morbid fascination, like for gore when it's really gore, but it kind of a majestic or really over the top way. It becomes like not really. I mean, it's disgusting, but it's not disgusting in a way that you want to look away from it, but like in a way that's like jaw dropping and you can get your eyes off it. I mean, it's just text, but like the visual representation of the scene is jaw dropping in that kind of sense. If I was clear.
Yeah.
Imagine you show that on anime, but it won't happen, most likely. Yeah.
Oh, that would get censored
with
shit,
black bars.
Man, I mean, even Frenda's death got censored. I mean, that would be just black bars.
Oh yeah. Frenda got censored, but in Blu-ray we might see the real thing.
Oh yeah, that to be able to see it without any censor, that'd be interesting. But
imagine if you accurate 100% directly from light novel. Well, some people would vomit, or I don't know.
Probably not, because it's anime. Like, there's this suspension of disbelief.
I mean, some people might feel disgust, but at the same time, some people like go, "Oh yes, this is gore." Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yes, all the gore fanatics who love Tokyo Ghoul and all those different gore mangas, which I can't remember. Oh, is it one like Dead Tube or something? I think that rings a bell. Remember that manga going viral because of all the gore in it. But I mean, it feels it's crazy to me because, like you said, Alistair's more a guy who manipulates people behind the scenes. I mean, he had that moment in Blythe Road in his past, but this is him going absolutely crazy on a bunch of unfortunate victims. And yeah, I did mention it might be because of, he's in that new body and he's a demon now. But it is the best way to get someone's attention. I mean, I don't know whether the personal element of revenge is coming into it for, what Iwaz did to him, and then Anna obviously wanted to manipulate Alistair into killing Lilith, so that probably plays a part of it into it as well, because you don't want to fucking go near Lilith if you don't want to piss off Alistair.
Well, speaking of Alistair, like he gets all the technologies, like he don't need the bank anymore, like the Academy City technologies, all in that area. Am I right? Yeah, in that area. All the technologies like Academy City Tech and.
Oh yeah. Because Accelerator's not using it. He's utilizing all of it. Yeah, I liked how he wasn't using his standard magic. He's like kind of almost like experimenting on them, which is really more like fucked up.
I really like that part.
Yeah.
At least he doesn't need to go back to Academy City to use the science tech anymore.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
So basically, it's a good build up for maybe future volumes. Might be.
Yeah, I feel like he's almost saving his magic for when he deals with Anna. Maybe at the moment he's just using scientific abilities to. He probably, I don't know what. Cause obviously, we didn't see him break into the HQ itself. We only saw him break into the room where all the directors were, or the committee, whatever you call them. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see him actually going full power in this new body. Like, it's a scary thought. Like, this is him like being tame in a way.
Yeah,
this isn't even him going full power.
Because of these epilogues and the afterwards, the ending, it rated for me like maybe 6.5 to 8 for my review, 8.10 of this volume.
What do you rate it, Didi? Oh, sorry.
I rated it 7.5, I think, out of 10. I mean, it's good, but it's not like big fiction or anything.
Yeah, true, I agree.
Personally, I enjoy my time reading it. It's better than the Kamisato harem moment. Yeah. You know what I mean.
Yeah, New Testament 16. Definitely better than New Testament 16.
At least I have fun reading. Like, at least it brought back memory of like Steel and Kanzaki role in this volume, and along with other characters. Yeah, it's not a large scale, but at least it tackles like the magicians, all the stuff. It's very it's a low scale, but it's pretty good.
True. Okay, we'll go and answer some questions now. So send your questions in to the podcast if you want to ask us anything. I'll also write something on Twitter so we can get more people involved. There we go. A little smiley face. But yeah, while we wait, I'll also post in the chat. Send questions, please. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I also want to talk about the ending, which is after the afterword.
There's only like 30 people in this chat.
I know. Well, it's because not everyone's read Genesis Testament 4. I've seen a lot of people in the Discord who are currently reading it or are behind. But yeah, this wasn't going to appeal to a mass audience as the other ones sometimes do.
Maybe in the next podcast about maybe like GT 5, maybe you give more time for them to read. Then
I think it's okay. No, well, it was just a few people that I saw, but I mean, I'm the one who reads it as soon as I get translation translation update, I'm onto it instantly. But I'm thinking for the next like Toaru podcast, I'm going to expand my horizons a bit more and talk about completely new topics, because there's only so much you can talk about with like either novels or the indexed anime that people will find engaging. So yeah, I want to talk about different aspects of the franchise. Like I love to do like one about Toaru games, like a gaming episode. I also like to do a cosplay one. I think that'd be cool. So yeah, I've got different ideas about what we could do, and not just talking about books or anime or whatever, because you are
That'd be
pretty
cool. That'd
limited.
be cool.
Yeah. It's kind of because I've been listening to the Trash Taste podcast while I work, because I can listen to like music and stuff while I work. So sometimes I listen to the podcast, and they just talk about like random stuff, like nothing related to anime half the time, and it's actually pretty interesting. It's good to listen to. Yeah, like they honestly like listening to like the YouTube journeys as well. Like it's pretty eye opening. It's definitely given me a lot of inspiration for how to grow and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing lah. So yeah. So are we getting questions from the fans?
Yes, we are. We're getting some in the chat on YouTube. Nothing on Twitter yet. So, although I did get one earlier on Twitter, I think.
There's
We
already
can answer
some
that one.
questions here on the chat.
Yeah, we'll go for the early one, because this guy asked me. This guy asked me before the podcast started. Okay, let me ask you if I can't make it. Most mangaka author that have too much work, they forget minor plot element. Because I really thought we would see their rings from Hawaii for Christmas, but nope. So with the exception of Saint Germain, what stuff do you want to appear from GT to NT? Sorry, I don't know why he's talking about the rings from Hawaii. But well, yeah, okay. So what stuff do you want to appear in GT? I guess from New T specifically.
Very interesting question, because there's too many things to talk about. Like
Yeah, true.
Yeah. If I want to say, definitely Himegami. Okay, joking. So
She's not New T, she's OT, bro.
Okay. Yeah. To be honest, it's too much to talk about. But if I want to say, it's definitely Thor.
Thor. Understandable. I think Diddy's probably the same, because Diddy, you're a massive Thor
Because
fan.
for me, Thor is an interesting magic side character. He's like the outgoing battle type character. I like his personality. I think I already talked about it in the past few podcasts. Like why I like Thor as a magic character. Yeah, that would be Thor. Like I want him to show more, at least, action in GT if possible, maybe. But I don't think there's a slight chance, but maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to like think about something else apart from characters, because of course I'd want Thor, I'd want like Kakine to return, maybe.
Oh yeah, Kakine too, yeah.
Stuff like this, but like specifically plot elements, I don't really know what I'd like to return. Maybe the like kind of ability that observes the user from New Testament reverse. That was great. I'd like to see it come back, maybe in another form. What else?
Oh yeah, we haven't talked much about Gunha.
Yeah, Gunha. It's definitely a character that I want to return.
We've seen a lot of stuff in Railgun, but in Index is quite rare.
Yeah, I was saying like on Twitter, maybe if Misaki joins like the main plot, she may call Junko for help or something, and maybe Junko will call Gunha, and I'd be very happy if that happened. So yeah.
OTP. Anyway, I want. All right, this is controversial, but I love to see Kamisato back just to make an epic comeback.
Yeah, same.
Somehow. I don't know what he'd do since he can't really use Wheeljetter, but it'd be hyped to have him back. Not gonna lie. Just have his have his harem like elsewhere. Just have him.
The normal kind of high school guy who took like 60 meters eye elements with normal stuff, right? Something like this.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll manage without his special right hand.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that important, right? He can cope without it, maybe, against like gods, I don't know. But right, we'll move on to the next question. So we've got Dank Matter. If Accelerator does get the death penalty, obviously that's my theory, but I've seen evidence which disputes that. But we'll roll with it anyway. Who do you think will be the next chairman after him? Oh, well, I don't think he will die. Even if he gets done a felter, he's not going to die. Like, someone's going to break him out, or someone will come up. But who would be the chairman after Accelerator? I'll let someone else answer this first. Well, I think.
Dennis?
Offer this on Academy City?
No. I mean, honestly, I think like it would be either like Misaki because she can pull it off, or the most likely option would be a random board of directors guy. I mean,
what about Oyafune Monica?
Yeah. I mean, she would be the ideal candidate.
Idol?
But
Okay.
no. An idol Oyafune Monica in Imaginary Fest when. But yeah, I mean, I think like she'd be the best one because she's kind and stuff, and the other ones are like typical politicians, or they're kind of part of the dark side. Well, even though Operation Handcuffs happen, so maybe they can't really do much with the dark side anymore, but they're still pretty, tainted people. So I think Oyafune would be the ideal one, but it would perhaps be like a bad chairman that would be elected. Is it an election?
I guess not, because it's a dictatorship since Alistair. That's thanks to Alistair. So that's probably in the constitution, unless they introduce a democracy in Academy City. And obviously, Accelerator was never voted in. He was just like, you're the next leader.
Alistair, he transmitted like the kind of the key of the CD to Accelerator, but if that means Accelerator is the one to choose someone like to be the next chairman, maybe he'll choose someone that that's close to him. Like, for example, it would be weird, but Tomer or Last Order. Even though I don't think they are really fit for it.
Last Order?
Last Order is more chairman.
Imagine a lolly become like the leader of the Academy City.
Oh god! No, stop it! We're giving Kamachi ideas. Stop it! Don't do it. Kamachi, if you're watching this, don't listen to him.
Didi, what have you done? If it really happens, we all blame you.
Oh god! Now he's gonna make Komoi Sensei the fucking leader of Academy City after Accelerator.
No.
That doesn't even seem that impossible. That's the worst thing about this.
All right, we'll move on. We've got a question from Black, just about a general one. So, as New Testament 14, did they punch each other or did they punch their hands? Well, it doesn't show you what happens afterwards. It only from the aftermath. It's, Kamisato obviously seemed to have sliced Toma's hand off. Then he gets wrecked by something within the right hand. So, yeah, it's not really shown, is it?
Yeah.
Yep. Moving on. That's a quick one. We can move on from that. Rebel Hearts 1246. Out of the 3 Battle Royale novel, OT 15, New Testament 4, and GT 3. Which ones did you guys like?
GT3.
Well, I think. Oh, that was quick.
I mean, without
I mean,
doubt.
I think we like all of them.
For me,
I
it's
don't think we
GT3 though. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I like all of them. I don't think many dislike one of them. I think they're all pretty universally loved.
Yeah.
Well, I think more people have an issue with New Testament 4. I think that's the least popular out of
Yeah.
the three of those.
Perhaps.
But my favorite,
I think New Testament 4 is pretty good for Betterer, but
Yeah.
it's very underwhelming in a way because there's like a lot of new characters because Toma wasn't involved much in a way because unlike OT15 that Accelerator was involved in the battle royale as much as for NT4 it doesn't involve much main character except for Toma coming out at the end. For GT3 at least Hamza like have more involved in this volume in a way.
I feel like New Testament 4 is underrated. It's the most underrated out of the three. Honestly, I'd probably need to reread it again, but part of it's felt a bit, clunky. But overall, I think it's a good volume, and I like that it was, another different vibe to the other volumes. But honestly, the one I like the most is between New Testament 15 and GT3. I could choose GT3 out of recency bias, but
Same.
OT15 is just such a classic. I don't know. The ties for me are both.
GT3 is like it's a real definition of the battle royale because there's blood everywhere. Like they are trying to survive, and the other villains fighting against each other, all those and so on. Yeah.
What do you think, Didi? I think you'll go GT3, won't you?
Yeah, I think I'll go with GT3. Like, I mean, the context would like the fact that it's Operation Handcuffs, Accelerator started it, and you get like, I mean, yeah, the fact that this far into the series, all the characters have more weight to them. I think it plays a large part in my enjoyment of the volume. But at the same time, there is no character I dislike in OT15, but I really don't like the twins in GT3. Though, I mean, even if I don't like them, it didn't really affect my enjoyment of the volume, so that may not be a valid point, but yeah, and also there's the fact that I don't know if it's just recency bias or not. But yeah, even if I don't like the twins, even if it's the most recent and it may not be objective, well, I mean, it's my opinion, so it doesn't have to be objective, but I think I prefer GT3, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Moving on, got Jonathan Campos. Sorry if I butchered that last name. Since Dion knows about Hamazura's condition, you think Mugano and Kinohata knows as well, and would they get involved in a future arc?
This is a pretty interesting question though. Yeah. Because like Mugino and Kinohata was right outside of the Academy City because of after the events of GT3. So yeah, I think they might not know, but if they get involved in future, it'll be very interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like they ditched him pretty much. I mean, they could have got him to go along with them. So whether they will stand up for him, I don't know. Depends on the situation, I guess. What do you think, Didi?
I mean, not just them, but like all the dark side. Well, I mean, the dark side that survived is on the run, so do they really have the time to gather intel on whether or not Hamazura got shot? I don't know. Would they get involved if they knew? Perhaps, though.
Yeah.
Even this is not certain. I mean, if you manage to get out of Operation Handcuffs, I don't know if you want to like go back to Academy City.
Yeah,
It's kind of, very risky, but Yeah, I don't really know if they would.
It might maybe like Dion like be involved with Mugino and Kinada. It might be very interesting because since Dion is part of Hamazura faction, in a way. So
Yeah.
it might be related. It just my own thoughts. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. With the news of the spin-off manga, well, I hope they shed some light on what Misaki did in New Testament. Well, they say 10, but they mean 11. When she said she was going to help Toma, still waiting for what she did during that time. What?
Maybe
What
it's
are you
actually
referring to?
about NT10
That's
because
first thing first. Like the news of the spin-off manga, it's not really fully confirmed. It's still in making progress. So yeah, for the
yeah,
Misaki in the manga.
it's
Hmm.
not official yet, right?
Yeah, correct. It's not official yet because
No.
it's still in uh in working in progress. Yeah. So for like you say it's gonna help Toma. For me, I don't wait. I just normal. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a general statement in a way. 'Cause, I mean, she does try to help Toma when she can. I don't think I was
Mm-hmm.
referring to a specific event or anything. I mean, I'd have to reread it to find out, but it's a long
Yeah,
time
I
since I
don't
read that
remember.
volume. But yeah, I mean, they would have covered it in New Testament anyway, wouldn't they? Surely. Oh no. Okay, we got one from Blug, the Vento fanboy. Uh, each of the first volumes of OT, New Testament, and GT. Which ones were the best of each? Is he talking about OT1, new
Yeah,
NT1, and
OT1,
GT1?
NT1,
Is that always
GT1.
is that always? Oh yeah, he clarifies it. Yeah. Okay. Uh, so I'd go with OT1. I feel like that's the best one out of those three.
Yeah, that's understandable.
For
I
me,
mean,
definitely OT1.
yeah, it's just a complete volume. I mean, it was pretty much written as a one shot, and I mean,
Because
you
it
could just
gives
have
a
that alone.
very good for me it gives a very good impression like of the index series, like why I pick up this series in the first place. And for me, I
Yeah,
read it many times, like I don't know how many times, maybe 20, 30 times,
damn,
more
that's
than that.
impressive.
Yeah, there are more than that. That's how important of the first volume is, like comparing to NT and the GT one. Like I read it like maybe 2, 3 times, like that. Yeah. Mm. Well, how about you, Didi? You talk about it? Yeah.
I think like OT1 is probably the best, but my personal favorite is NT1.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Yeah. Why?
Like.
Well, I mean, I completely agree with you on OT1, so I'll just explain why NT1's my favorite. NT1's my favorite because, like, I love the fact that you got Hamazura and Accelerator in a volume like this. Also, I thought like Umidori was a pretty great character, and I liked the Dragon Rider moment extra.
Yeah, I really love that volume too, like the NT one, like it's very unique about Hamazan roles in this volume. It's
Yeah,
action packed. Mm.
and then you get the end with like Toma coming back, and that was just like ultra hype when I read it.
Yeah, same, same,
So
same, same.
it really made an impression on me. I really like this volume.
It's a good start for NT lah,
Yeah.
in my personal preference as well. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, the other volumes like NT1 and GT1, those feel like they're just setting up, the
Yeah.
volumes which come after. Well, that was not the intention with OT1. OT1 was meant to be it was meant to be a complete, one-shot volume, but with the prospect of more to come. So it did obviously set up things, but you can just read OT1 on its own and have a complete experience, and the experience you do get is pretty good considering there's a lot of interesting themes and plot twists with the Sal and Kanzaki thing. And I also think the characters are a lot stronger. I feel like Kanzaki in style a lot better than Koroyaru and Silver Cross Alpha or Meidono and Nyoka. I feel like they're way stronger characters than the antagonistic threats in the other ones. Toma as a character goes through a lot in that volume, as opposed to the other two volumes where he's not hardly in New Testament 1. Well, in GT1, he's okay. He's just himself, really. He doesn't go through much change at all. He's just witnessing all the stuff that's happening. So I feel like OT1 is pretty clear of the other two by a landslide.
Yeah, I agree.
Any next question?
Yeah. We will go. Yeah, I think this is the last one.
All right.
It's the Rebel Hearts again. Do you feel like Gunher true, because it's in capitals, power, is the power of imagination, but since he not the brightest tool in the shed, he doesn't know it? I mean, Astral Body already explains that.
Yeah. And also along with the side story as well. Like you mentioned by earlier, Gunha doesn't know the true potential of his own power. If he knows the true potential of his power, then he might be able to defeat Aurelius. Aurelius is like the one who almost become a magic god, and he's a very powerful person as well. If he knows through his power, it'll be very good to see.
True. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he does reach his potential as Olorus thought he might, if he truly understands his power. But whether he will do that is a different story. What do you think, Didi? You're the ultimate Gunha fanboy. Will Gunha realize his potential?
True
I
potential.
have my idea of what Gunha's power is. I feel like, especially in Astral Body, it gives a hint to it, but I think as long as he believes he can do something, he can. But it's kind of a thought experiment, but if you had a power that required you to be able to 100% believe in something to do it, and you were conscious of it, would you be able to fully trust it with your heart? I mean, I don't know. It really feels like personally, if I had that kind of power, I wouldn't be able to believe it with all my heart. I don't know. Maybe Gunha's power works the way it does because he doesn't know exactly what his power does. I really have trouble with speaking right now. I'm tired. But
that's
in
okay.
any case, what I mean, I'm rereading the question because I feel like I went a bit off topic. It's because he's dumb that he didn't understand his power. I don't know. I mean, maybe didn't really try to understand his power because it just works, which would be considered kind of dumb. But I mean, does he need to understand his power to make it work? I don't know. I felt like Olirus, what he said to Gunha was you're using your unexplainable power in understandable ways. and you should use it in unexplainable ways. Like when you compare it to how others' attacks were described, you can see that like Gun has an unexplainable power, but like what he does is just punch or do explosion and stuff. But others, he has an unexplainable power, and he uses it in ways that like the narration can't really explain. It's just some weird stuff, and I think that's the difference. But would that require Gunha to understand exactly what his power is? I don't know. Maybe he just needs to learn how to use it differently. So yeah, that's what I think. I wonder if that was on topic or not, but
No worries on
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Gunner's always an interesting case to talk about anyway. But yeah, I can see that you're getting tired, so it is getting late. So we will call it
We
today.
talked about like almost 2 hours, right? Plus.
Yeah, we did well considering. And poor Malcolm, he never got the chance to join us. But I'm sure he will be around for the next one, depending on what it is. I mean, he's been in every single one so far, so...
I think we can end it early so that Didi can get some rest. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching.
I personally, I really enjoyed the podcast, so yeah, I don't mind being shown again in future.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. And
yeah, because it's very interesting. Like at least have someone to talk about the latest volume. It's good. At least like I don't know about you guys, like the watchers here. Like I hope you guys enjoy it as well, and subscribe to Leon's channel. So yeah.
Oh man, you're doing my job for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks guys. We'll see you in the next one. Next video I'm working on will be something to do with the read order for the Toaru series. So that'll be appealing to a mass audience, because I know not everyone has seen, or I should say read GT4, since it's pretty niche audience. But next time will be the biggest audience possible, since it'll be a video people can watch who don't even, have seen the series. So stay tuned for that.
Okay, dokie.
All right. See you guys. Bye-bye.
See ya.
See ya.